Good night. In this video, I will explain how we can use literary text from different cultures to teach English language skills while promoting cultural awareness and understanding. Let me introduce you to three wonderful literary works we'll be exploring today. First, from Ecuador, we have Pablo Palacios, Un hombre muerto a puntapiés, a contemporary short story that gives us insight. Notice how Palacios weaves social commentary into his narrative, making it perfect for discussion about societal change and urban development. From English literature, we look at The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, a classic that takes us through the British countryside and teaches us about friendship and nature. This beloved story is not just children's story. It's a rich tapestry of Victorian English culture, featuring Yorkshire dialects, British gardening traditions, and themes of transformation. And representing Japanese culture, we'll explore Sadako and the Thousand Paper Crayons by Eleanor Coer, a moving story about resilience and gratitude in post-war Japan, bringing us a powerful true story of hope and resilience. The Thousand Paper Crayons represent a profound cultural symbol that we'll explore in depth. Let's dive into how we can use this text in our teaching. For each work, we'll implement a three-stage reading approach: pre-while and post-reading activities. Our reading activities will focus on creative and analytical skills with the select text. Students will have the opportunity to write stories in different cultural contexts, compose comparative essays about themes like a guardian across cultures, and maintain cultural reflection journals. Interactive elements are crucial from language learning. We'll incorporate role plays where students act or senses from each story, adapt dialogues to different cultural contexts, and practice culturally appropriate body language. To develop listening skills, we'll use various multimedia resources. Students will listen to native speakers, watch film adaptations where available. Vocabulary learning will be deeply integrated with cultural understanding. We'll create thematic works banks for each cultural context and design interactive vocabulary that help students understand words in their cultural context. Now, let me walk you through our three-stage reading approach for each text. Let's start with specific examples. Imagining starting the class by showing contrast images of Quito, one from the time of Palacios' story, another from day. Ask the students, what change do you notice? How does this reflect in the story? Before reading, take the students on a virtual tour of Yorkshire Gardens. Have them note the plants, the layout, the stone walls, all elements they encounter in the text. These details will come alive when Mary discovers her secret garden. Begin with a simple origami demonstration as students fold their first crane. Explain how this art form represents Japanese values of patience and precision. This tactile experience creates an emotional connection before they even open the book. Following stage, continue with the same parameters to develop and enhance their reading skills. Just return and see each story with their three stage. Let's explore some innovative reading tasks. Make students work with their imagination, where they need to reimagine Saraku's story in a Ecuadorian setting. Notice how they should maintain the theme of hope while incorporating local customs and values. For comparative side, get students to create detailed Venn diagrams first. For instance, comparing English and Ecuadorian gardens might reveal fascinating cultural difference in how spaces are used and valued. Finally, students should make a journal where they discover terms and cultural concepts they don't understand to share with peers. Also, they need to write a short essay with personal connection they find with a character in the given stories. For speaking practice, let's look at role play, presentations, and debate activities. When students act or sentence from the secret garden, encourage them to try the British accent with a demonstration. For cultural presentation, create a simple but effective template where students must include cultural context, personal connection, and modern relevance. Finally, introduce topics like urban against rural life across cultures or traditional against modern values and from groups to debate among themselves. Our listening activities utilize several media. Listen to a translated excerpt from Un hombre muerto a puntapiés, read by students. Notice the rhythm and intonation patterns influenced when speaking English. Watch the movie The Secret Garden and compare with the book and similarities and difference among them and discuss about the cultural authenticity. Reproduce audiobooks of one of the stories. Then record student performance and establish peer feedback sessions to engagement. For vocabulary development, create a natural vocabulary list from the Secret Garden where cultural terms branch out to show relationships. For example, from garden, we branch to tree, flower, rose, and plants. Urban life terms from palacio stories and traditional Japanese terms. Last but not least, try to create one of the following cultural allocation activities. Match cultural terms with appropriate context. Create cultural word webs or design vocabulary games. Remember, the goal is to create a learning environment that not only develops language skills, but also fosters cultural awareness and critical thinking. These activities are designed to be engaging, interactive, and meaningful for students. Also, to create a rich, immersive learning environment where language acquisition happens naturally alongside cultural understanding. I hope these detailed examples and practical approaches helps implement this method in the classroom. The links of the books are on the commentaries. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Bye.